Hello and welcome to the Big Fellas Weight Loss Podcast. So this is our introduction episode, so let's introduce ourselves. So my name is Darren and this is...
Hi, I'm Mark Hall.
And we decided to launch a podcast together because we have had a bit of a journey over the last probably 20 years or more.
Mostly life, to be fair.
Yeah, even at school we were both quite big lads. We were at school together, at secondary school together, and you know, I think we were both on the large side of chubby, I would say.
Yeah.
We weren't like 20 stone kids or anything like that.
No.
But we had our battles. Is that probably a fair way of...
Yeah. I've got picked on most of my time at school, even in primary school, got it. So it's, always been a big lad. And again, people just refer to me as, all right, big man, all right, big Mark. It was that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, it's like friendly, but still a bit frustrating, isn't it? You don't want to be known as the big lad necessarily. But to be fair, I don't think with things like that, I've never seen it as like a malicious thing. It's just...
Nah, it's just... Yeah, it's one of those things, but it did grate on you from time to time. There's no doubt about it.
See, I would have said that a lot of the bullying that you got at school was because you were shit at football, to be honest.
You've seen yourself play, mate.
We'll come on to that in later episodes.
Yeah.
I think football's going to be quite a big sort of topic through this podcast series anyway, isn't it? So it's going to be something that we touch on a lot. But we kind of we went to school together. We've always kind of been friends, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like, I think I remember going to visit you at Leeds Uni with a couple of lads.
Yes.
In fact, I will get into the story at a later point.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a story about that, a proper lad story.
Yeah.
But yeah,
maybe not for the first episode.
No, that's deep. That's starting deep. But I think we've always kind of been friends, but not close friends. And then more recently, we've come together, which is part of our weight loss journey. Obviously, I think I see a message for you from you on Facebook, looking for players from Man vs Fat, which we'll cover in another episode. And started playing. We were on the same team, weren't we?
Yes.
So I think naturally, you're already kind of mates with that person. You might not be, best mates. You've been apart from a while, but you've still been friends. And we got chatting and
reconnected.
You wanted to launch a shit sales podcast.
That's true. I did. That was my first idea.
And we were like, actually, no. And I remember I could almost see the thinking in your head, like, what means a lot to me? What do I really want? And what we decided with is we're going to help people like us. So we've both lost a fair amount of weight.
Yeah.
And the next two episodes are going to be about my journey and your journey.
Yeah.
But between us, how much is it? About 10 stone?
I've lost 4.5 stone this year. How about yourself?
Yeah. So over the last 3 years, I've lost about 6, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow.
Over 10 stone.
10 stone.
But in my story, that will become very clear on how I've done that. And again, the same.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And to be honest, mate, I'll go into this in my story, but I was just an absolute mess, to be quite honest. I was really struggling. I just really wasn't very happy, and I'll come on to that in a later story. But we kind of had this thing, didn't we? I remember after football one night we were talking, and as we were both talking, we could launch a podcast helping people like us who just want to lose weight. And we were like, what's that mean? And I think you said, like, every fucking podcast not every podcast, but every fucking thing out there seems to be tailored around women losing weight.
Yeah. And social media is just awash with it. And every diet, every plan, every piece of content you see around weight loss is targeted towards women. There's very few bits out there for guys. Man v Fat, like we just mentioned, is probably one of the few things that really goes in for blokes. And so we thought this is a time now. Maybe we can create a community, have a platform to bring big guys together who are keen on losing weight and offer that support. And everything we will do will be tailored towards supporting guys.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I think that's what we got quite, in a weird way, quite excited about, because we thought, well, bloody hell, a lot of it seems to be out there for women. We can really help men, and we can create a community of people that we see like us, men. We're both middle-aged, is that right? We're 40.
Rapidly approaching it, if we're not already.
So I've turned 40 in March. I think you're 40.
I turned 40 in May.
Yeah. So, you get to that age, and I think the thing is, if you don't do anything, the weight actually becomes even harder to lose. And I thought to myself, fuck me, I never managed to do this when I was 20.
Yeah.
My metabolism would have been rocking, let alone
Yeah, and that was the thing for me. Turning 40 this year, I just said I'm not getting any younger. I've got to start taking my weight, my health so much more seriously. And so that's what really spurred me on this year. I've had a look at all aspects of my life. In the last 12 months, I've gone self-employed as well. And so I've really thought about pushing my career forward. So that was the first thing. And next thing was my health. And so it's just, yeah, I needed to lose the weight. And yeah, I'm feeling better for it. I've still got a long way to go. Still got a good 1.5 stone that I want to shift. But I'm moving in the right direction.
And this podcast is accountability, right? Because if we're going to create a community of people who are like us and want to use it for good and want to find out more about losing weight, because I think it's really important to say on this podcast, what me and Mark firmly believe, that what works for us in terms of weight loss isn't necessarily right for you. And the kind of objective of this podcast is to give you lots of different sort of things that you can do. So like, for example, we're going to have someone on for keto. We've got people coming in to talk about, in fact, today we're recording people coming in talking about, you know, if you just go and hit weights at the gym, what that can do to your muscles. And they're not saying don't do it. They'll just educate us a little bit more around how to go about it.
Yeah.
Properly,
Yeah, absolutely.
And what amazes me is that, like, I've done like hit gyms, I've tried CrossFit, I tried all this stuff. And realistically, mate, well, looking back at it, I was too big to be doing shit like that. Like CrossFit, I was trying to do like lifting myself up on the belt, and it was just wrong. So I think it's really important that this podcast is about creating a supportive community where people can just tune in and listen to normal people who are going through that journey as well. Hopefully, you know, to be a bit supportive, but probably more importantly, to give them an idea of all the different ways in which you can do this, because I don't think it's a straight line.
No. It's got to be relatable as well. And something I said that really sort of grips my shit was when we spoke about on social media, you've got skinny, maybe not skinny, but like personal trainers who are fit as a fiddle, never had to lose a pound of weight in their life. And they're there on social media banging on about this is what you've got to do to lose weight. Sorry, mate, but you've never had to lose weight. What the fuck? I mean, we need to just look at this from a different angle, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the thing is, when you say, oh, you know, weight loss as a package, well, you know, losing weight could be like, oh, I'm 1 stone overweight, I'm a bit tubby and I just want to like lose that body fat. Or it could be I'm 25 stone, I could barely get down and up and down the stairs all day. And actually, you know, the approach that you're going to take is going to be such different things. And that's what I think, like for me, mate, I'll be honest, this is what this community is about, is that, you know, I've went into the 20 stones and it was fucking horrible and I really struggled with it. And the issue is you then can't, like, you feel a bit lost and
can't see a way out, can you?
No.
Yeah.
And, you know, unfortunately, a lot of the way you deal with that is by you comfort eat, because that's something you kind of can control.
Yeah.
Or can't.
Yeah. We've all been there, haven't we?
But, you know, and that's what I kind of want this podcast to be about. It don't matter whether you want to shift a couple of stone just to sort of get a bit more, you know, fit and active or whatever, or whether you've got to lose 10, 15 stone to you know, really try and get yourself feeling better and back on track. I think this podcast is about helping people make the right sort of choices to help them understand all the different support that is out there. And also, I think it's important we probably cover the benefits, because, you know, it is hard to lose weight. You go through a hell of a process, and actually, you know, how I feel a lot better now. I think that's probably a future episode as well. So, yeah. So listen, we're going to call it there, because this is just what the podcast is about.
This is the warm-up.
The warm-up, yeah.
Start before the main course.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I'm already thinking about food.
But my warm-ups need to be a lot longer than this. But I think for the sake of anyone that's listening, let's end it there. But listen, we're going to be releasing an episode a week, and that's mine and Mark's commitment to you, is that we are on this, guys, and you know, this is for blokes. There's going to be, you know, we're not going to hold our language. We're going to talk as we would talk if you were down the pub with us. We just want this to be somewhere where you can plug in, listen to honest fitness related, well-being related stuff.
Feedback.
And to be honest with you, we're not going to be afraid of asking people the harder questions. So we've already said, you know, Mark's already put it there. We're going to ask people the questions that are hard, that you might not want to answer when you're down the gym in front of someone who's, you know, fucking built like a brick shit house type thing. So make sure you subscribe. We're on social media. We're on TikTok, Instagram,
Facebook,
LinkedIn.
YouTube.
We haven't LinkedIn yet.
I'm sure we have. If not, well, it's coming soon. If not.
And if not, Darren Ockenden and Mark Hall, look us up. We'll happily connect to you on LinkedIn if that's your network.
Yeah.
But also, bigfellaspodcast.com will be our website. And any questions you've got, just join our communities. If you want us to get someone in a certain area, like,
Yeah.
for example, we've got, we're currently talking to a Pilates guy, which I think is really niche, but there might be a couple of people out there who have never even thought about doing Pilates.
Yeah.
He only works with men, and I think that'd be a good guest. So anything that you guys want us to get on, then join us on social media, engage with us, tell us what you want, and we'll do our best to get them on for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in the meantime, if you're listening to this on a podcast, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.